discussion. I will introduce myself shortly and my company. So my name is Lukas. I'm in the battery field for more than 10 years now. Started my battery career at BMW, planning module and pack lines in the States, in China, in Germany, and in various cities there in Europe. Left the company 2021, founded or made myself entrepreneur, and then I founded the Limited Lab, the German LLC form. And what we do is we are called like consultants, but we are operative partners. We partner with the project leaders, top management, and the operative level in getting the projects up and running. If there's a gigafactory going to bust, or if the projects don't go quite fine, we are the ones that get called and we go on site and try to get it fixed. And we did more than 50 big lines in total. And if we combine every little strategic project and baby technology review, and it's more than 70 in total for more than 45 customers. Those are the OEMs, the tier ones, tier twos, so down to the component manufacturers, the equipment manufacturers, and more. Those are our customers. So, but I would like to get to the content. So how to really be successful? Of course, 4 minutes are quite short, but what to do? First, I think it's very, very important to understand interfaces and perspectives. You need many, many different people. You need a lot of skills to get a gigafactory up and running, and not just a gigafactory, even a small pilot line. And the most important factor is you need to understand the interfaces between those people. Usually 80% of the issue is not technology. That comes quite fast after that, behind that. However, it's always leading people together. So complete different people with complete international backgrounds are needed to look into the right direction and to work together. Second, you need to understand different perspectives, the customer versus supplier situation. Line builders need to understand that their customers don't make money with their projects in Europe. It's very hard to make money with cell production. There are a few applications, high performance applications, that are profitable. Most of them are not. The big companies cannot make money due to the price pressure coming from Asia. Second thing is product development versus industrialization. Many companies, and Northvolt could be one of them, that didn't have the focus on production and operationalization. They have big R&D departments, and not talking about Northvolt. However, a lot of small startups have a lot of great ideas how to improve the product, how to find new chemistries and more. But the products, especially modules and packs, are not designed to be manufacturable. And a lot of people underestimate the complexity of industrialization completely. And I think we really need to get some more front loading in there. And the next point is in development, the product benchmark develops quite fast. So if you really want to be successful, you need to be able to adapt your KPIs during the development process. And you cannot run the product from beginning to the end without having them adapted through all the process. And the third one is about organization and how to handle all of this. Because what I usually see is people stop planning during the project because they learn that their timelines and their procurement plans and everything. Yeah, please. Okay. All their plans need to be adapted on a weekly basis. And after doing this a couple of times, people stop replanning. And that's a very, very severe issue. Because as soon as you stop replanning, then everything will just happen randomly. But this happens here and then. When it gets stressful, when it gets very, very changey and volatile, you need to define and maintain your project structure. You need to stay within your communication channels and understand how important it is to lead people and not just getting everybody fuzzy and just run around and try to solve issues and the first issues coming into their mind. And the third is everybody needs to be ready to adapt to changes and be aware of changes and not to fight against them. Because if you try to fight against a change which will come, you will not be prepared, and it will have a very, very severe impact. Of course, that's just the surface. If you dig down, you will learn about technology skills and experience and technology ramp up and so on. But those are the most important points.
Yeah, thank you, Lukas, for elaborating us. And of course, this discussion on battery production can fill an evening, and approach us if you want to know more, especially from Lukas, who has a lot of shop floor experience. So question to all of you, is there a question towards Lukas? So if not, I would like to pick up on the question that was raised in my Q&A, and that was, do we need gigafactories in Europe, and could they be economically viable, Lukas? Because you see the performance that is at play at the moment, right?
Yeah, from an economic perspective, of course, we don't need them at the moment because it's quite cheap, and all the OEMs are quite happy that they can purchase the cells super cheaply from China. However, regarding geopolitical resilience and more factors, I think it's very important. From my point of view, the order needs to be different. It's not a good idea. The point is, if you don't plan on a gigascale as a big consumer, it will be too expensive to be competitive. If you play, if you scale on a gigascale, the first step, you won't be able to launch and to ramp up fast enough to burn down the scrap rate, and you will need a lot of money. This is what happened to Northvolt. So I think it's important to start small, but then scale fast if you want to be successful. I think the issue is that the total money you need at the very beginning is so high that you won't find many people, many organizations that can afford it in Europe. But I think it will be relevant. I think we really need to establish this kind of skill set, and I'm absolutely sure that we can do it. I saw so much progress the last year regarding process knowledge, process technology, at OEMs, at the cell manufacturers, at line builders. It's just a matter of time, and but at the very end, it will be an economic and a resilience-based decision, and we'll see what the result is going to be. But I'm quite sure we will see European gigafactories.
Is there another question? When do you expect, Lukas, to those gigafactories to be operational? I mean, it's hard to pinpoint a year, but are we away 1 year from now? Is it 2 years ahead? In general, when do we see first success stories?
And there are 2 or 3 gigafactories that can come quite fast. While ACC PowerCo, Cellforce is just 1 gigawatt hour, but that's giga as well, which could happen at the end of this year. For new plans, completely new projects, I think it will take more than 2 years. So we can see a few fast, but most of them will take some time from my point of view.